Welcome to another episode of the Angels Positivity and Love Show. Incredible guests the world over with amazing insights, incredible backgrounds, and a high frequency, high vibe, we'll call it love, that they're here to share with all of us. Most of our guests are giving service to others. We've had a White House physician to the US president from 1994 to 2001, Rear Admiral retired. She's fantastic, still practicing medicine in Arizona. If anyone's watched Sea Patrol, that Australian series, catch it on Amazon Prime. Captain Mike Flynn was on, his real name. Ian Stenlake, stage actor out of Australia, amazing. He was in one of the Godfather movies. We have another actress today, actor coming to us from Denmark. She wears like 10 hats. Um, Actor, drama teacher, translator, director. But I'm here to highlight, and I'm going to do a pun here. No drama, just Rama. We're moving away from the drama, her acting experience, and all that because she's wildly off the charts. Intuitive, a healer, whether she wants to admit it or not. I think she can live with that title. But she loves helping others get out of society, out of thinking, out of their head, to get into their hearts, and to connect to all there is. Mette Kolding, great to see you again. Great to have you on the show. And you're not coming to us from Denmark. We were thinking about recording from Denmark. You're in California. You have dual citizenship. So technically, you're an American Danish citizen.
Yeah.
And you're up by Mount Shasta, which you lived there for 12 years. Great to see you again. Thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me, Michael. I enjoy being here. Only been here a week, so just got over the jet lag, if you believe in that, and soon I'll be returning. So yeah, I'd like to speak to this thing about going between worlds, also just like very practical, physically, geographically, um, how to cultivate that art form it is to travel, to land somewhere, to say goodbye, to transition, because we're doing that energetically all the time, I guess. So how these two planes can inspire each other, the very physical, practical level of being alive, the physical body, emotional, mental, and how to me, it's been my life journey and is also continuing to be to evolve by inviting the spiritual body into these three other ones so we don't just repeat ourselves, but you actually start going into a spiral that will elevate your vibration. And it sounds very complicated, but it's really not. And I have found because I have a thorough training as an actor from I was 23 till I was 27, I went to a school and did nothing but explore my emotional and physical, mental bodies. So this thing about transitioning and journeying, traveling, whether we do it geographically or we just go to work at home, and we always shift our roles, the roles we're playing, and becoming aware that we are playing roles constantly is very valuable because then you can get closer to your own essence. So instead of viewing acting or playing roles or wearing masks as a phony thing, I see it as protection, and I see it as freedom because you get aware like who is looking out through the mask? Who is that? Being curious about it, but also just having it as a big open-ended, um, yeah, like a receivership almost. Who is that essence looking out through all these different versions of me? So that's been a big help for me to actually become an actress and have the thorough training for 4 years and have a mentor and a drama teacher that happened to also be my spiritual teacher because he taught and understood this whole thing, the mask, the essence, and when we act or live or go about our lives, we always connect to the spiritual body. Because if you just let the physical, emotional, mental rule, it's going to be an endless figure of eight going just within a certain parameter and not being able to expand. So that's what I came to realize. And I have a very simple way of explaining it with you know, either my little pens or an actual PowerPoint, but I have some graphics that will make it very tangible, or it makes it very tangible. Whether I teach drama or I'm a life coach, or even when I teach yoga, which I dearly love, that wholeness explanation of involving the four bodies, as I call it, that goes through anything I teach, because we need that little roadmap and reminder that those four different bodies, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, they all need about a quarter of our attention and our energy.
Well, let's shift briefly to an unusual question that just popped into my head. And that is, if this is a poker game, let's have you put your hand out so that everybody can see what your cards are. And let's have you explain something for us to whatever degree you're comfortable. Pretend we're at a cocktail party. If you meet people, are you getting a good feel for them when they're 20 feet away, 5 feet away, once they've started to speak? Is it off their thinking, their energy field? You're seeing their aura. I mean, there's about 100 ways that you might get a download on someone before you've even walked into the room, especially if it's an audition or something else. Can you describe to us, when did that start kicking in? How has it evolved? And how do you like to describe it today? And what do you really enjoy about it?
You mean, just to clarify, like sensing people, sensing people's energies, or
Yeah. If it's a cocktail party, which group of people are you going to gravitate to? How do you
oh,
know? How do you feel? Do you end up with a smiling, laughing crowd? Do you know who needs it's going to be a good conversation over there? Do you get reads? Some people see auras and they know immediately that way.
yeah. But I sense I'm Claire sentient, so I feel a lot, and it took me years to be comfortable at an opening night or a cocktail party, or I could pretend I was comfortable, but I wasn't, you know. But being comfortable is also being there for a reason. Because a cocktail party or anything semi superficial, pardon me, you or one needs to have a purpose being there, so you're not just floating in the wind. And once I understood that, it was easier for me to be at these settings and decide, am I in a place today or in a mood, you could call it, where I just want to have a one-on-one conversation. Once I get whatever I was here for done, I could end in the corner having a deep conversation with the same person all night, or maybe two people. Or I could be out there laughing and cracking jokes. And so I'm both an introvert and extrovert. So it would really depend on what I would have going on, how much energy I would have, and would I feel more like, the private, more quiet conversation, or would I just, let's just ride the wave and have fun, and I would be more capable of tuning into myself before I tuned into the room as the years went by. In the beginning, I tuned into the room and I was all confused, but I met my husband at a cocktail or opening night like that. Trite as it seems, it was just like, wow, I could just feel his energy and just went for it. And we were just, wow, yeah, that was it.
Wow.
But so yeah, I can tune in pretty easily. But I think in these settings, for me being an actress, I also need some sort of protection. So I can't just be wide open when I go into a setting like that. With my friends here in Mount Shasta, it's easier to feel safe and really begin to see people's colors, or feel their resonance. Like, oh, who do I resonate with today? It's very easy around these parts where people are conscious. But yeah.
The next question, it's not meant to sound trite in any way, but when you were younger, like a child, and you had a view of the world? Was it angels and fairies back then? Was it no contact? Was it teenage years you realized something was up? Was it university you maybe saw a little bit or had an experience with an angel? Stranger fixed a flat, but when you turn, they're gone. Or how did it shift and expand over time? Because today, how do you describe your cast of characters, the supporting cast that's helping you, that are unconditional love figures? I'd like to get to that today, but
Mhm.
first, where did it begin? When did you know something was up? How did you know?
Um, Consciously, and what I remember was when I was like 4 or 5, maybe, because I have pictures of it, and the water canister was as big as I was. So I was out in my grandmother's yard, and she allowed me to water the plants and sort of be in charge. I felt good about that. And then I really wanted to be over in the dark path under the trees because that was like fairy country. And that's when I feel from a very 70s matter of fact upbringing. My grandma's house was a little bit more of a fairy tale place because it was old and it had these, you know, parts of the garden where I could be by myself and I talked to whatever I was watering. So that's when my relationship with nature and nature fairies started for sure. Because we don't have like mountains and rivers and fairy like places in Denmark so much. We have a lot of ocean. So I was kind of longing for this lushness and the trees and the fairy realms. And I certainly developed that later. But also as a 16-year-old, I picked up a book about crystals and just bought a bunch. And it was not in my circles to do that, or I just knew there was something there. First, I had my grandpa's book about gemstones and rocks and stuff like that, and I was like, okay, this speaks to me. So for 42 years, I've been friends with crystals. Yeah.
Have your crystal favorites shifted a little, or do you have a couple that are absolutely always number one?
Yeah, it's very amethyst, yeah, and also rose quartz. It just keeps coming back to those two. And yeah.
That's rose quartz right there, I think, but no one can really probably see it. So, um,
Oh, behind you?
yes,
Yeah.
that's a big piece right there.
Yeah. And I have always this around my neck.
I love it. Okay, now let's flash forward a little. Let's go really easy yes or no questions. Do angels exist?
Yes.
Okay, how about light beings and other galactic, off-world, or interdimensional? Which way do you describe it? How does it get bigger and broader? If angels are dolphins, how do you describe whales?
I think it's like light orbs. They're just huge orbs to me. We're all orbs, I mean, basically. It's just light.
And can you share one moment that just caught you off guard? You needed a whisper, you needed help. It was just a stranger at the right time with the sparkliest eyes. And again, you know now it was an angel in human form. Can you share one of those moments in life that was the right time, right place? The universe stepped in.
Yes. I think it was an angel or ascended master. I mean, I have a hard time differentiating these two, but I was definitely helped at the airport one of the many times I landed and had too much luggage. I was in the process of moving to the US and big heavy suitcases and all that schlepping around. And there was this huge line and I just couldn't like see my way through that. I should stand there with these big suitcases for that long, and it was very unusual. And this little guy in a brown suit, like from the 50s, like bellhop-ish kind of suit, he just came and said, "Oh, ma'am," and he was an older guy, but he looked like a boy at the same time, quite a being. And he's like, "Ma'am, could you just step forward with me? I'll you come here." And he ushered me up to the front of the line. And till this day, I don't know what happened. And nobody turned around and said, "What are you doing? You're not cutting the line." And I am pretty convinced that was like a being not in physical form. It was the weirdest thing. And I'm very grounded. I'm a Capricorn. I'm grounded. I would rather, take it to the unlikely, like the more grounded side, if I even have an experience or if I tell anybody about it. But I did have a few experiences that was like, okay, how could that be? How could that come about? So I'm sure he was kind of like Angel Gabriel, maybe also. But yeah, yeah, he was definitely helping me.
Well, we'll maybe take some steps later, some baby steps, some bigger steps. Maybe you'll get that answer, and whether you share it with the rest of us, that would be awesome.
Okay.
But let's keep going. You mentioned maybe, or you hinted at, there might have been a couple other times, the name of the show is Angels, Positivity, and Love, and we've got the positivity going, and we definitely have some love flowing. So,
Mhm.
can you share a couple more moments where something unusual happened?
Yes. I have a dear friend who owns land up on Mount Shasta at the base of the mountain, sort of, but just above the Mount Shasta city. And we have worked on that land for many years. There are like portals and big energies up there. And it took a while to get the brush out and some trees, but carefully because where are the portals, to inner earth and where are the fairies residing. So we were gonna we tread it really carefully. But for a number of years, I worked with her on a regular basis, also for my own uh, benefit. Honestly, it was like the more I worked on that land, the more I integrated the energy of the mountain, and yeah. So we have fun with that. And my friend we're actually doing chainsaws and stuff like that, but in this like, should we be here? And we're always asking about, to have permission or if it's appropriate. And so we're in this big vortex, basically, her land. And she goes to get fuel for the chainsaw. And I didn't know she had left. So I think I see her. Oh, out the corner of my eye. Oh, I'm not saying her name for a reason, but there is my friend. And and then she comes back from a different direction. And she was wearing a white shirt when we were working. And I'm like, well, where were you? You were over here. And there you No, no, no. What did you see? I saw your white shirt over here. And she's like, "Oh, I have seen Archangel Gabriel there a number of times." And she hadn't shared that with me. So that's probably who I saw or felt. And I'm just like, for me, this is a while ago. This is maybe 15 years ago. And I was always, that's for other people to see these things. I don't do that, blah, 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 blah. And at this point, I was like, okay, I'm sure what I saw, I saw. And she's like, yeah, you saw an angel, and what's the big deal? But at the same time, she was thrilled because she had seen him or the Gabriel energy there a number of times. So that's when I learned I am able to see, or I will see things too, but I always thought it was for others, you know. So and then it was a big presence in the heart too. And I just thought, oh, it's my friend because I love her so much and we're having fun doing this on the land, and then she comes from this total different direction, and oh, oh, it was not a human being I saw because there's no one up there. Yeah.
Did you have one more?
Yes. I um I went to a place called Pluto Caves. It's some caves around the mountain up here in Northern California. And that was like right where I lived. And I went there Easter morning, which is always a quite potent time for me, Easter. And um and I happened to just be by myself in one of the bigger caves, and there's a white owl coming in and sitting on a big high shelf. Up, and I was just like, oh, there's a white owl. Well, what did I know? That was really rare. So I get back together with the three people I was with in the caves, and they were spread out in other caves and waiting on top of the hill. And we go over to the back to the parking lot. And I'm kind of ahead because I'm quite affected by this white owl and the cave itself. I had never been there before. It looked like something I'd seen in a dream, where I actually meet Jesus in the in a cave. So so I'm like, oh, I'm home. This is the exact view of that cave I saw in a dream. And there comes the white owl, and we go back to the parking lot. And there's this young woman dressed in white sitting and drawing at a picnic table, and she has a white van. And I'm so glad my even my some of my family and my husband was with me, so I'm not like, am I making this up? Because there's this lady in white drawing whatever she's drawing, having her white van, and she looks at me, and I'm in front of my little crowd. So I come there and meet her by myself, and she looks at me and says, "Did you see the owl?" Yep, I did. Oh, I was here 2 years ago, and I came all the way back from Idaho, I guess, to see the owl again because I picked up something when I was here 2 years ago, but I haven't seen the owl. And then she goes into her white car and comes out with a white owl feather. And she's like, "So I guess that's for you." And I was like, what is going on? So speaking of angels and the feather and the white owl, it was like a big initiation, and it was Easter, and my mom was visiting from Denmark, and there was like, to me, it's often when I'm with someone else that can help me enhance the energy. That these things happen. My friend on the mountain, my mom and my husband there with me in the caves, but it's like I have the experience by myself, but it is enhanced or guided or helped with two or three people coming together. That's been my experience. So I still have the white owl feather. Maybe I'll return it to the cave someday.
I love it. Sounds like that feather was meant for you.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful sharing. I'm going to light some sage here. And that means anybody watching, doesn't matter the year, time and space isn't what you think it is. You can catch lit sage smoke, but maybe it's campfire smell, flowers,
Mm.
ocean if you want to get sage. What did I say? Flowers and ocean, trifecta. It's what will you allow for? That's the rub daily. That's the real topic we're going to go back to in a little bit. But we're going to go a little woo woo woo, having fun, letting go, high vibe. What do you want to call it? Love, 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 love. But I'm lighting some sage here in Texas. You're in Northern California. I got that right, right? Shasta,
Yeah.
Mount Shasta. Okay. I was confused where Mount Shasta is exactly. I haven't been yet. Okay.
45 minutes from Oregon border, so it's 5 hours north of San Francisco.
I love it. Okay. A little bit of sage. People can catch the smoke. We do this on a lot of shows, usually towards the very end. Here's the sage. You're already getting it, Meta?
Hmm.
Okay, beautiful. If you don't mind closing your eyes, breathe extra and catch flowers or another smell of some sort. Ocean, Bora Bora, not boring, Fiji, or hear an owl say hello if your eyes are shut. Could be something very special. You might get a touch on the shoulder from a man in a tan suit. We're going to find out a little bit about that. You're going to find out. If you want to share with us, you'll share with us. What do you get for extra beyond the sage? And I didn't do it. We're blaming angels. Don't blame Canada. What'd you get, Meta? Oh, you're hearing?
Yeah, it's like I just get like, I don't know, freeing up my ear channels. Well, I don't know.
Yay.
And it's going like inverted V, like up to third eye. Third
Sure.
eye, like
And with your permission, can we play just a little bit more? I'll show my light against the black construction paper. Blue sky is number one. Black sweatshirt on someone's back with their permission works fine. It just makes the colors pop. I'll show a little bit of light on my fingers. Lately, the last year or so, I've been going bigger, and people can see objects in it. We've the Mind Body Spirit Panel 22, the most recent one. Two of the three beautiful guests who have, between them all, have 100 years of teaching and stuff. And between them all, they have 132 books. Uh, Two of the three saw ascended masters' faces in the light. Now that's a lot to put on anybody. So just like a rose, cardinal, just vortices, Merkaba. I don't even know how to say it, but it might just be a ball light. You might get extra, but let's just go for a little stream of light. The important thing is you're getting a dad joke, and it's one you probably haven't heard. Bert and Ernie Sesame Street. We're going to keep it easy here. You don't have to remember who those characters are, but Bert offers Ernie ice cream. What's Ernie say? He says, Sherbert. And I'm going to just do my fingers together like Celestine Prophecy, the movie, but they've been doing this since the 70s before the movie existed. And in India, they do it this way. Okay, you'll see a little bit of light. Just people at home can see with their heart, see with all of them. That's seeing without seeing, the Zen thing. So just be in your heart. If you need help, I always forget to say this. I only have one rule or setting your intent bit of structure. And that is, oh yeah, ask angels to make it nice. Be like angels. Get me out of my head into my heart and own it with like a thank you, Om Sai Ram, amen, rock and roll, whatever way is your way. And it could be in Danish. Okay, here we go. Catch a little bit of light, and then if you don't mind saying the colors when you see it, and what do you see for a couple little streams or wisps of light?
Orange.
Okay, and I'm going to go a little bigger, a little faster. And if you don't mind asking privately to your cheerleading squad, you have a big squad, ask them to make something nice for you or just to add more colors. It could be anything. What are you getting now?
Light blue.
I get to sit down. Yay.
Gold.
Um, and I had one more item. Here's an angel named Joy for you. If you don't mind putting your hands out like she's a fireplace. And just feel what you can feel in your hands, but try too hard, you'll get sparkle on the toes or a whoosh down your back. And then if you want to get some hugs, ask for hugs privately. And you can ask her, hey, what do I need to know? And then you fill in the blank. Today, what do I need to know right now? What's the next topic? She might tell you, oh, you got to talk about this. Are you kidding?
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
And what are you feeling first? If you don't mind sharing, since this is sort of like you're helping people relax about the whole topic.
Yeah. It's definitely this direct connection from the palms of the hands and in through the arms into the heart. Oof. And it's like, whole message is stay in the heart, as simple or complicated. Some of us find that sometimes, it can vary. There's such a lot of access right now, believe it or not. It's just like I feel just putting out your hands in front of you or to the side or just actually moving the arms right now. It just provides direct access to the heart. And oh yeah, she's saying, remember the backside of the heart chakra. Yeah, so like shining it also backwards is very powerful. Yeah. But the shoulders and the arms and the hands, it's it's really fingers even. It's really providing a lot of heart chakra access.
I'm going to put up an angel named Charlotte, but I'm going to still keep Joy up here.
Mhm.
Charlotte's a teacher, everybody's favorite teacher from third form, third grade, and with words meant to help you expand. Connect with her any which way and loose, but get a private answer to something, and then what does she have as a reminder for us all?
Hmm. That's really interesting because that blue just goes right into the throat, but it
Yeah.
also involves the third eye and the between the throat and the third eye. If you go between these two places, if I go profile here, I don't know if that will, yeah, I will. So from the third eye, from the throat, she's like pulling it out here from the back of the skull and up into, yeah, very vast energies and very. unconditional wisdom, I would call it.
And if you want to do a visual exercise, but don't close your eyes just yet, I'll share traditionally how she shows. This one, 28, 29 years old, usually blonde, although at Omega Institute she was brunette, once or twice redhead, prefers being a blonde, young, very enthusiastic. Charlotte, more in her 50s, elegant, looks like Audrey Hepburn's sister. Santa Fe, New Mexico garb, white with turquoise jewelry. If you want to close your eyes and see them at a setting, it could be a beach, it could be Mount Shasta, it could be a field. Breathe extra. And if anybody needs help at home, put a hand on your heart and you can just 1 millimeter. I have an unofficial rule 1 millimeter with the mouth open, 1 millimeter. Just breathe through the mouth a little extra. It's an extra 10% of letting go.
Hmm.
And allow, allow, allow. No try Yoda. I'll do Yoda's voice to make people laugh, but as you're laughing, you're really letting go. And you can have a private exchange. Here's something private and then something for consumption later. You can have them touch one hand on each shoulder or touch your heart and light you up. But I'll do Yoda's voice to distract a little and buy you a little time. Do not. There is no try. And we know we have a professional Danish actress because she didn't even blink when I did that. Most Americans would have cracked up, started laughing, and yet, nope, she knows how to hold her space. And I'm going to add one more topic. I'm dying to know, but you don't have to share this out loud, but just get it for yourself. The airport, the man in the brown suit, the petite fellow, 1950s look, who was super sweet, the helper. I'll put Charlotte up and I'll put Joy up. This is why I brought them in. Have them cough up the goods. Was it Archangel Gabriel? Here, duh. But have them cough up the goods and then just say, got it when you got it, but you don't have to share it unless you want to share it.
I think it was Saint Germain, to be honest, right now.
Okay, but you can just, now you can sneak a peek and directly at them. They'll tell you who exactly it was.
Saint Germain.
Perfect. I have the worst AI drawing. It's not a bad one of him at all, but it's a little accentuated. So, uh,
Yeah.
yeah, and you can close your eyes, have him come in and have him show in your third eye that way, and then have him transform to much more charismatic, ready to go on a talk show version. But you can have I'll Saint Germain come in, and if you don't mind just sharing a few words from him to you to share with all of us. What's his advice for daily living for all of us?
The world is a stage.
Oh my God. He is funny. I like that.
Oh,
Okay.
he is. He's hilarious and he's very witty in an old-fashioned way, usually the way he talks or the way he, yeah. But the world is a stage in that sense, what I was sharing in the beginning, that we all play parts and we just know there's nothing wrong with that, you know. It's just we are more than who I appear to be here on this screen or who you are sitting there, Michael. Or we are, of course, multifaceted and you know, multi-leveled, and that's what his teachings is about. I think for me, I've never studied like strictly Saint Germain. I know the I am teachings from around here, and but I don't study something like strictly. I pick up what resonates with me, and Saint Germain always resonated. You know, he's supposed to also have written a lot of Shakespeare's stuff or all of it through Francis Bacon, but there are different theories about that. Um, but he's like, the world is a stage, and we're all playing parts all the time, and letting that feed our essence, you know, our true essence. So we really contribute being here in a body by living our essence fully. I don't know if that makes sense. It makes sense to me because that's what I work with on a, you know, for a living. Um, yeah, it's very freeing to actually allow yourself to be like you're doing Yoda and you're doing different characters and you're telling your dad jokes, you know, and you're a different person in these different, you know, different um yeah, the crystal shines differently wherever you put the light on it, right? The prism.
And speaking of crystal, I've been looking at it all day, and now I know since we talked crystals, I have a giant, I don't know what to call it, pointed wand of selenite. And it's
Yeah.
just what was in reach. I got a lot of crystals right there on a tray, literally like 60, but I'm not going to get up and get them. Okay, with selenite, if you don't mind me being in the way, do you mind putting both hands up? That's a big piece, so should be kind of cool. And there's nothing lighter in a way. I like apophyllite. That's my favorite, plus topaz here. The shinier and the brighter it is, the better is my motto.
Hmm.
And yeah, selenite can speak. Everything speaks. India, folks in India generally believe everything, a rock, trees.
Yeah.
So what are you getting from the selenite right now?
The Selenite says that's what you would do with the Ho'oponopono ritual, right? Cut, sever, cleanse, release, transmute, return to the path of highest, purest light, you know?
And do you mind describing the feeling on your hands?
Yes, I felt like very clear, like cutting is a harsh word for some, but it's really not. Cutting energy tubes that are not serving you anymore. It helps you with that. It's like that.
Delicious. I love it.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm going to put up Archangel Gabriel. Not too many more angels at this moment. We're going to get a little more serious, I think, but not too serious. Or maybe we will do a woman from Sirius. I don't know. Here's Archangel Gabriel. Uh,
Oh, hey, buddy.
yeah, if you don't mind getting three hugs, close your eyes, and then he'll share something with you. But if you want to get vortices of beautiful hugging light around you, you might get hot, you might get sparkly, you might get I'm going to borrow from How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, that movie with Matthew McConaughey. Get frosted. It doesn't have to have a specific definition, but and it's sparkly. So get frosted, and that we're talking diamonds in that movie. So I like shiny. Get shiny sparkles everywhere and have Gabriel's laugh light you up. And then if you don't mind asking him about the woman in the white van and the owl, and hear an extra level to the story that wasn't available before or you suspected. And you
Hmm.
don't have to share this. You can just say got it and then you don't share it, or you get got it and then you do share what's shareable.
Hmm.
And if your eyes are shut, breathe through your mouth extra. You can have the white owl fly by. See yourself on a Hawaiian beach with him. Let's say Maui or Kauai. And you can have the white owl fly by if you want the white owl to land on his shoulder. It's up to you. What will you allow for? And at home, just take a breath, make a fist, make a palm, open up. That's thinking into your heart, bam. And you can get a hug from Archangel Gabriel. You can be on the beach. You can see joy as a 29-year-old e-foiler or about to go kite surfing, waving high. Some people need two football fields down the beach. I know beaches in Hawaii don't always go that far, but this is interdimensional, a little extra wider and flatter, comfortable beach.
Yeah.
And have Gabriel also give you a quiet mantra that if you just say it with him three times, you again get lit up like Dorothy in Oz. No place like home, no place like home, no place like home. And whether we're talking ruby or emeralds, I forget which ones are the coolest for footwear. These rubies and emeralds that can be glitter and you can get frosted top to bottom. Might be more pink. You might be getting tourmaline. You might be getting something else. What colors are you getting for frosting?
Ruby red, actually.
Yay, I did a peace symbol at this end. Yay, that I love the ruby color. To me, it's joy at the highest vibe with the lushness of life. I don't have the right word for
Mm.
the vitality of life itself.
Mm.
Okay, but what's the story on the owl or the woman in the white who was with the white van? If just personally get it, and then if you're allowed to backtrack, we've had a lot of guests over time get the backstory on stuff, and it's one out of 20 shows, one out of 30 shows. It's not that frequent, but this could be one of those moments.
Well, it's definitely helping. It's quite personal, but it's helping me with stuff going on with my mother right now because she was visiting at the time, and the whole owl and the feather and the even though she was a young woman, the whole thing was very, very mother-like, you know? So it's this like sweetness of being mothered, in the best sense, um, by of the universe or of the whole expansive energy. Like mothering is not just like smothering and being safe. It's actually very expanding energy, and that due to the white and the owl, the wisdom. And she was drawing. She was super creative. I saw her drawings, like some black and white drawings. She was doing like tattoo advanced stuff. Um, so there's some balance yin yang with the whole birthing and the whole mother thing going on. And it was Easter, so it was also resurrection energy. So it's all coming together actually. And I'm gonna go out there today. I'm only half hour away from where it is.
I'll put up four archangels. I'll put up Mary, an angel named Isabel, and Kuan Yin. We're going to actually push it a little and just ask for lots of love at home. You can put your hands out like they're fireplaces, but not heat. It's going to be love and light. Here's four archangels: Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel. Did I say four? Michael. Three more are off camera. I cropped it. It's Zadkiel, Jophiel, Shamiel. They're down there, and I could show it, but I'm not going to. Here's four rainbow pie slices. Here, a lot of love, a lot of laughter, a lot of light, feel, whatever I'm supposed to say. Transact. And if you want to get a hand on the small of your back, someone, all of them can just light your whole room up. If you want to catch rainbow flecks all around you, you won't have to vacuum, or whoever's place it is won't have to vacuum. You won't be writing a note 5 days later saying we had to get a professional cleaner for all the rainbow sparklies they put in the air. We couldn't get them out of the carpet. And hear how simple it all is. And you can hear who the lady in the white van was or who was getting her there at that exact moment. Was it Kuan Yin? Was it Mary? Was it a collective? Was it a light being? Was it da, da, da? And again, just say got it. You don't have to share this one out loud.
Got it.
Good. And if you do want to share it, that's fine. But maybe wait a second. Let me get you an angel named Isabel. She's intercom, like a pond that's glass, or the ocean at 5 a.m. once every 90 days. No wind, no tide, nothing. You got lucky. It's a mirror. Here she is. I'm using it in Italian. You're going to like this. A 1950s actress, but it works. And this is one of the photos, like Audrey Hepburn, will do her next because you're an actress. We'll do her next. These two photos will move for you. So
Mm.
let this be Isabel, the angel who's intercom. That smile will start to smile more. Our eyes will sparkle more. You should feel her like a solar flare all over you. Lots of love.
Mm.
She's intercom, but she does not mind lighting you up. And let me know, or let us all know, when does the photo move for you? Did you get it already?
Yes.
Okay, good. Get something very private and profound, but then get something so simple for all of us that you're laughing. You're like, oh my God, I could have said that. I did say that. What'd you get for all of us?
Just to remember to enjoy every second of this journey.
And I forget everything, but I remembered. It's Audrey Hepburn next, then the Big Mary. You're going to tell me Big Mary in a second. I can show the one if you're from Ireland. You have to have the drawing with the woman in the heart right there, but I have a more fun photo. An Israeli actress. We're doing three actresses in a row, and because you would appreciate this. Here's Audrey. She'll move in the photos. She's half Grace. There's already an angel named Grace. She's half Sparkle in the moment. She's part of that cabal. Faith, hope, harmony, grace. Who else? There's a bunch in there. Okay, here's Audrey. She might raise her eyebrow, wink, smile, shoulder waggle. She's done it all by now. Catch a perfume, though, in the air that's uninvented from Paris, Milan, if you prefer. Let me know when you get the perfume. Breathe extra, millimeter open with the mouth, just for extra letting go. Anybody needs help, ask Gabriel to bring it in for you or Michael. Did you get, is it perfume from Paris, do you think, or Milan? Let's make everyone laugh with this one.
Harry.
I love it. Awesome. Now, something private again, but if you want a hand on your shoulder or her slender hand on the between your two shoulder blades, I forgot the small of your back, she'll light you up from the backside. It's going to be a lot. White light from the back where the painting is on the wall towards the camera. Yep. And what's her reminder for everybody? You're a professional psychic medium, intuitive healer, whatever we want to label you, but you're a good listener and you're really good at inspiring others. So, Meta, what did you hear from Audrey for all of us?
I got you.
Ah, beautiful. Okay, and people can hit pause, go take a break if you're hitting a wall. Welcome to being human. It's called thinking. Any discomfort's ego. Just go jump in a pool, hug your dog, take a shower. There's 1 million ways to be in the heart, 40 million ways to not be there. So, again, welcome to daily life as a human being. Here's Mary. I'll show the traditional Mary. If you're from Europe, you've got to have her this way. I'm looking at it. Hold on. That's Jesus. There we go. So everyone can lock this in if you're traditional.
I have that on my wall at home. It's a vintage
Yeah,
picture.
that's the way to say it. It's vintage, but I have one that trumps it or tops it. And this one, if you don't mind allowing literally rainbow glitter left and right, the more you resist, it'll be just peripheral. The more you're like, oh no, 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 I love Mary. Let's do it. It'll be you can't help it. You're gonna start laughing. It's gonna be pure compassion coming in. And I have loved this photo forever. And these eyes will come alive.
Mm.
And just feel three Native American chiefs described her as she's love, she's everything we need. If we all had her faith and hope, or
Mhm.
faith and trust, there'd be no more need for fear or worry. And so, with that, if you could feel a lot of love, a lot of compassion, and let us know when you're getting a little bit of rainbow glitter, if you're just feeling it on your skin, hitting you like snowflakes, if you're seeing it peripherally or you're seeing it all around the room, again, apologies, no vacuuming necessary.
Mhm.
What is she saying as a reminder for us all?
Just open your eyes, open your heart.
Oh, and that's what Jesus said as an answer in 2014 when he was asked what compassion is. What is compassion? He said, open eyes and open heart. So I think it's wild you said that. I love that.
Did he?
Yeah. Well, that's 2014. So that's somebody doing listening back just 10 or 11 years ago. Okay. Last guest. And then we're going to get a little serious and start to wrap it up. And we're going to have you back on in 2026 if you'll grace us again with here. Um, I got a fairy named Ginger. I got Tink if you want to see a photo of Tinkerbell. Um, Here's Ginger, a fairy, and I'll hold her close. Sometimes it blurs out, sometimes it doesn't, but you can see a little rainbow light. That's a real photo. And I have her a bunch of different ways. But catch something very private. Yep. And then what does she want to? I mean, fairies are pretty sophisticated. There's no question they can answer. It doesn't mean they're going to have fun with like a scientific formula and everything else. But what does she have as a reminder for us all?
I love your gut feeling. Like really a fun feeling in the belly is how we can have more fun and expand, but we need to, I don't know what we need, but the message is have that belly fun and feel where to go from there and expand, expand, expand. But don't just go expand. Go back to the what we would call gut feeling in the old days.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice, nice job. Okay, last little intuitive exercise, whatever you want to call this, having fun. Um, how do I say this? So we've had a lot of angels here, one fairy, and probably Mary and some other figures. I don't know. Each one has their own light signature, although they can make any colors and stuff like that. Um, Rainbow light. I know that Ginger likes to make silver flashes of light, like fish breaking the surface of the water, but it could be any color. Joy can be pink light, and it could be any color. She's done every color over the last 10 years. But if you don't mind looking up at the ceiling, anywhere that's comfortable and allow, it could be just one angel, one fairy. It could be Joy making a pink heart for you. It could be everybody doing miniature fireworks that won't catch any building on fire. It's just to cheer you up or say hello, like tiramisu picks you up, like tiramisu, but without the calories. Okay, did you already get the light all around the room?
Yeah.
I didn't do it. Don't blame Canada. Blame Canada. Don't blame angels. What colors did you get? Was it more like fireworks? Was it sparkles? Was it a
Green,
flash?
green, green, green.
Okay, well then hold on. Last, and I promise the last, last, last. Here's Mac, and you should. She's everything plants, animals, and nature. An angel named Mac. Don't call her Mackenzie. And since you're going back out on the land, and that's what this has been a land grounding, not grounding at all, vortice trip. Here's Mac. Get something very private from her. You want to ask about that one vortex.
Mhm.
Have her explain something that's been the two of you have been wondering. Have her put a big reveal card down. You're not sharing anything on the show about it. This is just for you two to know.
Yeah.
And then ask her point blank if the two of you hold hands and look, the further up the mountain you look or the further away, it'll be easier. Can you both see her jointly later? You might put a little comment later saying, "We did it." You don't have to say any details. But
Okay.
here she'll show up, and maybe Jesus will, and maybe Joy will. Why settle for one? It's like potato chips or M&Ms when you can't settle for one ever with those. Do you just want one scoop or one bite ice cream? Not usually. Nah, you can go for half a pint. Okay, so with that, tell us three or four of the big lessons you've learned along the way. I'm going to buy you 10 seconds of delay time. I'll tell you the three things I think I know in the last 11 to 14 years, but the big takeaways from all the learning, all the shedding, all the expanding, all the stages, and mine are just angels exist, trust that it's so, let go, let them do their jobs, and get out of your own way. But where you put your focus is where you put it. I like safe sayings, very redundant. And how you spend your energy is how you spend it. Very safe. Can't argue with those. Okay, now you're on the stage, spotlight's on you. Meta, what's the one, two, three, four, or even five big takeaways that we need to know, we need to remember, or let go of, or whatever?
Nobody is to blame. It's nobody's fault. You just learn your lessons because everything has a purpose. It's not that you don't have boundaries. Yeah, boundaries. What I really learned is boundaries or structure, we could call it. That is the key to freedom. Then you can like start really expanding and letting go. But letting go doesn't mean no earthy chores or not sorting out your stuff and all that. So walk your talk, do your thing, but don't close down because of that. Like this whole dance, being open and doing your walking your path, doing your yeah, the trite stuff with joy. And when things seem very confusing or effed up, you trust anyway. You trust. And angels are real. Ascended masters are real. So you're never alone.
Beautiful. Um, One last interactive before we have you give us a mantra at the very end. A mantra that is a new mantra for you. It might have just come from the show. We can cheat though, and I'll just put up a couple photos. You don't need this. You could give us a dozen mantras, but here between them all, maybe in unison, just make sure you hear something, or Gabriel will step in, or Saint Germain. But you're going to repeat it three times for us. But first, I'm in Texas. You're on the west coast of the United States, not Denmark. Next time you might be in Denmark, though. I'm going to put my hand up in Texas. And if you don't mind putting your hand up, just love and above, angels are chaperoning us. First, what do you feel this way? Some sparkle, warmth, zip. What do you got?
A lot of flow in from the right side of my body.
Okay, and I'm gonna whoosh three times, but it's kind of gonna be like Goldilocks. The first one's really small, just tiny, just to get the connection flow going. And my microphone's down below today. I held it up for people to see. I'm gonna be blowing down below, but it's gonna be aloha wind, Pacific breeze, lots of love, and it's we're gonna blame angels for that one for sure. Okay, here comes the first whoosh with my other hand, like a ping pong paddle, and just feel what you can feel, where you can feel it, when you can feel it, how you feel it. Let go. People at home, ask angels to help you feel it. Okay, here we go. And as they say in America, how about them apples?
I like him.
So, do you mind putting a couple adjectives, words to that? What do you get?
It's like a really like a push in a very friendly way, but a push to uh, tap into the power of the very core, the sushumna, we call it.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Beautiful. You're definitely invited back. Okay, here comes the second one. I'm gonna switch to yeah, leave your hands up or use all of you as hands, but either way, I'm gonna double whoosh. I'll look like a goose. It's dorky, but okay, I can suffer through it if you can suffer through it. Here comes bigger whoosh, maybe a medium. If anybody has any topics though, they're worried about something, put it out there in front of you. Let this love from angels handle it for you. Okay, here comes. And now, Meta, you've got to use good words on this one. You're European at heart, so you're very good at using words. What just happened? How do you want to describe that one? Did it notch up a little bit?
It's a little like a little bit like a Valentine energy, actually. Of course, it's heart energy, but it's also literally like a Valentine energy. I guess it's also the quantum energy field that was just like super cleansed more than activated, actually. So it's like was lightened up. Thank you.
And
Uh,
there's one more coming, the grand finale, and then you're on the hook for 3 times. You got to repeat it. But if anyone can handle this, this is a professional actress, like ghosts on stage, I believe. Joy is here to help with that extra, extra, extra. But I have one more angel. We're not going to really meet her, but she makes hearts in her photos. Her name's Heather, which is the word heart rearranged with a few extra letters. And here's another photo of her. She literally makes hearts in her photos. I've seen her in Stockholm. I've seen her in Maui. I've seen her in New York, Las Vegas. Austin is a full on human being. So let Heather, who's compassion, and Angel, who's fun, and Joy help chaperone this one. And here comes the big kit and caboodle. Ask for the whole enchilada, the holy moly, holy cow, holy Toledo, holy smokes. Here it comes. Prana, mana, aloha, aroha. Ask for it all. Play this over anytime you need a boost. And this is the time to remind you to like, share, comment. What have you enjoyed from Meta? What resonated? Share something. What did you get out of this? We're getting more and more comments all the time. It's kind of cool. And Meta, what did you just get?
I just got this like just stick to the path and walk it no matter what it looks like. Have fun.
Ooh.
I know it sounds banal, but that's the same being on stage is like, oh, there's so much pressure. I'm in the light. Everybody's watching and I can't do I remember my lines and all this, potential worry is like, uh, don't don't care about that. Just have fun and don't be afraid to fail or flunk. Just don't be afraid. That's really no matter what we do, just do it. What? Who cares? It's like, oh,
I got a
yeah.
little prompt for your friend, unnamed friend, but you're about to see her in, minutes or whatever. Here's Mac and here's Heather. Get something very special from these two plus lots of other angels to give to her. You're not sharing anything out loud. Just say got it when you got it. It could be just you give her a hug and she gets zapped with a ton of angel light and she's like, "Oh my God, best hug ever."
Hmm.
Got it, got it, got it.
Yep.
Okay, we're wrapping up. What do you want to leave us with a mantra? But you got to do it 3 times, and people at home can treat Meta like a fireplace. I don't mean you're throwing logs on her or lighting her up. I'm just saying, put your hands out, feel what you can feel. Don't judge. You're being in that big, shiny heart of yours that, 99.8% of people have.
Pause. That's my mantra. Pausing, slowing down, speeding up. We, you, it is in charge. Pausing, slowing down, speeding up. Pausing, slowing down, speeding up.
Sounds like an acting class or a very specific workshop, to be honest. It really does. Mette Kolding, you are incredible, and I'm 99.9% sure you're coming back on, and you'll be getting that invite as soon as I hit the stop button on the record. A reminder for everybody at home, again, please like, subscribe, share. We've been crawling along, and it's perfectly good how it is. We don't mind pausing, we don't mind being slow, but we have a lot of special stuff going on the show, and if you do any one of those actions, somebody else out there might get a chance to see the show. And you never know. Angels really do make an impact, and that's what you're getting here. Meta, great to see you again. Thank you for coming on. Thanks for being so flexible.
Thanks for having me, Michael. Loved it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bye.